Hi guys! This year is the year of big birthdays for me, and I have come up with an adorable gift that I am excited to give away. Personalised bottle labels. Let me show you what you're going to need to create your very own. In order to make these personalised labels, you're obviously going to need some kind of bottles, whether that is wine, Prosecco, champagne, or there are even some lovely glass alcohol-free versions available. The labels themselves are going to be made from Paper Cutz self-adhesive photo paper in either gloss or matte, completely your choice. This stuff prints absolutely beautifully. It also cuts well on a silhouette cameo, and it's going to give your labels a really professional finish. I'll drop links for these in the description box down below. Now for printing, you can either use a laser or an inkjet, depending on what you have. I will be using my Canon IP8750. And for cutting, you can either do these by hand, but I will show you how to cut the labels using a silhouette cameo. So I've actually created a couple of templates for you. The links for those are in the description box down below. They are obviously for personal use only. Now to make our own label, we obviously need to start by measuring the label itself. And for these kind of Prosecco ones, this brand has a smaller, almost square label, but we want to make it slightly bigger than the original label just to cover up either the label itself or if you're going to remove it, any residue that might be left behind. So obviously start by measuring the label. That's about 6.5 by 5.7. So we are going to make our label in Canva 5.9 by 6.7. So let's head over to Canva now. We're going to head over to Canva and we're going to press the plus sign to create a design. We're changing the units to centimetres. Then we're going 6.7 by 5.9 and create new design. So first up, we need to choose our background. And you can obviously leave it white, but I want something a little bit more special. So we are going to go for a pink linen. And we're then going to go to photos rather than graphics. And I'm going to have a scroll through until I have found one that I like. Then it's right click and set image as background. Now obviously that is quite dark, so to make this a bit more muted, we're going to go to transparency up on the tool panel here, and we're going to bring this down to about 55. Now we're going to add text, and if you go to the search fonts and combinations, we're actually going to put in wine. And the reason we've done that is because Canva helpfully already has some wine label-esque type font combinations. So we're going to use those. And we're going to change this up here. So this will be for a bottle of Prosecco. So I'm going to add that on. We're going to pretend that I am making it for my friend Cecilia. And to make it a little bit more fancy, we are going to put a very crude translation for 40 years old in French, which is 40 ans. And my pronunciation has been butchered. I apologise for any French listeners or French speakers out there. So this obviously looks a little bit plain like this. So we are going to add a little bit of graphics to this to make it look a little bit more put together. So first up, we are going to go for the kind of crest that you would usually get on fancy bottles of wine or Prosecco. So let's just have a look what we can get here. Get rid of photos. We're going to head over to graphics for this one. Quite like this crown actually. So I'm going to keep that, but make it smaller. Move it to the middle of the page at the top. I'm not keen on the colour, so I'm going to go for a grey instead. That looks good. And I'm also going to add another text box. So we're going to get rid of this wine up here because it's just going to be a standard text box. And we're going to go with established and then the year of birth, which for 40 would be 1986. And we're going to shrink this down until it fits just beneath the crown there. And I'm then going to group those two together so that we can move them around on their own. I'm probably going to change up the colours, but this is looking a little bit blank just here. So I'm going to add some extra filigree bits to my design. Again, keeping in with graphics so we can change the colour. Okay, I quite like this one, but to make it go a little bit more together, I'm going to duplicate it and then flip it vertically. I'm then going to make sure everything is positioned into the center, and I want these to be evenly spaced, so I'm going to select all of these, and then on the alignment or the position you can space it vertically evenly. Okay, so this is looking good, but I'm not happy with the colours. It's a bit bland, so we're going to have a look at some combinations. Now I feel that we need some gold, so I'm going to add in a gold hex code there. Quite like that. And I'm going to do the same for the bottom one. So this is looking much better, but obviously we need the main name to also stand out. So let's have a look. Now I can add it in the same gold, or we could have a play with a slightly lighter one. I wonder if I go to effects and we just add lift. No, I'm not keen on that one. Maybe shadow. Well, that one definitely looks better. We could move this shadow to a darker grey and then have a play around so it's a bit more transparent. That does look good and it does make it stand out, but I'm actually going to switch these around. So this is going to be darker. Go back to colours and move that there, and these two here are going to be lighter. I feel that these are better being left in a darker grey. And this black now looks too harsh, so let's move that as well. Okay, so I'm happy with that. We're going to download it and I will show you the other labels first that you can just edit by finding the template in the description box. So once you've clicked on the link, it should lead you to here once you press edit. Now I'm going to zoom in so you can see we have got a mock prescription label here, and you're actually able to edit everything. So this is going to print out quite small, but you could change this Smith Chemist to your own surname and your address and telephone number. Obviously it doesn't have to be for a 40th birthday celebration. You can change that up along with the recipient's date of birth and their address. The hospital number here I've just made up based on a date of birth that would be for 40. You can do the same. And then under the actual prescription, I have just added Prosecco 750 millilitres because that's what it is. And you usually get this between dispensing lines, but under that instead I have added the instructions, which is to be taken orally while celebrating, always consume with nibbles, not to be taken on an empty stomach. And then here on the signature of prescriber, you can just change that to your own name if you want, and then obviously the date that you'll be going to give the gift. And then obviously you can change up here. I've put the details for a mock friend, but you can add your own in. And I've put best friend surgery. Obviously you don't need to keep that, you can change it to whatever you like. And there we go. So that is the prescription one, and then we also have this one too. So this bit here, if you detach the image, delete it, you can drop one of your own in. It can obviously be whatever you want. I am just taking these from the library in Canva, but presumably you would have your own. And then if you need to change the alignment of the image, you double click and you can just change it around like so. Change up the text for the person's name and then just add a little message there. And then exactly the same as before, we are going to download and reopen in Silhouette. After you've imported your images, we obviously need to turn on the registration mark. So personally, I like to make them as long and as thick as possible, but inset them to the far left to give myself some more room. So we're just going to move these labels onto our workspace. Now, regular viewers will know that I like to have my graphics extend ever so slightly beyond where my cut lines are. In my opinion, it gives a cleaner cut and you are less likely to end up with white banding around the edge. So instead of making the rectangle slightly smaller, we are going to make the graphic itself slightly bigger. So for this one here, we want to come up here, make sure aspect ratio is locked. It will look like a little padlock. And then we are going to go to height of 12.6, hit return, and that should also move this one as well. And I'm going to do exactly the same for all of these. That will be 6, and this will also be 12.6. Then we're going to make our rectangles. So if you remember at the beginning, we had measured our bottles and we are going to make sure that these now fit. So when you're resizing the rectangle, make sure you unlock the aspect ratio so you can move them individually. So we need to go 12.5 for that one, and it needs to be 9 centimeters wide. We're then going to select both of those and press the center tool, and we are going to duplicate the rectangle as it is the same size as this label here, and do exactly the same. So we are now ready to print. Now obviously you don't need to use Silhouette Cameo, you could just cut these out with a steady hand, but because I like a nice clean cut with straight edges, I'm going to use my cutter. So for the print settings, we are going to go up obviously to print, and as I mentioned at the beginning, I am going to be using my Canon IP8700. So we're going to preferences. We are going to select photo printing. Borderless printing is going to be off. We are going to change the printer paper size to A4. And then for the media type, it will depend on whether or not you are using the glossy photo paper or the matte photo paper. So just select whichever one you're going to use, and then print quality will be high. And then you can print. These have both printed out, and we have on the left the gloss and on the right the matte. So if I give you a close-up of the matte, this is probably a more realistic version for the actual prescription one. It prints beautifully even on the image, and we've got nice vibrant pictures. The gloss, in my opinion, looks better for things like photos. I really love the shine, and you can see that you have the same depth of image and colour pop as you do with the mattes. And even with this plain label up here, it looks really good, and we've got great definition on the crown. So now we are going to cut these. These two are the same thickness of 135 GSM. So the aim is to score rather than cut through. So I am going to go through those settings with you now over on the computer. Once you go over to send, you should be able to see these settings here. Now the aim for this is to go, instead of cut, we're going for score. And the reason for that is you want to cut through the top adhesive sheet but not the backing. This is especially handy if you're selling them. And we're going to keep the force at 15. Speed can probably be up to 7. Single pass, and a blade depth of 1 with line segment overcut on. Remember, you need to have a play around with the settings for your own machine, and then we're going to send that. So hopefully, as you can see, this has cut through the top layer, but not the back layer. So this makes it much easier when you're removing it to stick them on. And here's the gloss one all finished, and the matte too. So obviously the next step would be to add these to our glass bottles. Now, ordinarily, when removing a label, I would advise you to use heat. If it's being a bit tricky, obviously start off by just trying to remove it plainly. And then if you can see here, it's struggling a bit, I would usually say just apply some heat. However, we don't want to ruin the contents. So instead of doing that, it is much better to either use some kind of tool like a scraper, which should hopefully enable you to get a lot of that off. Or an alternative is to use something like a sticky stuff remover. It's just really important that once you've used this, you make sure that the bottle is fully wiped down and preferably cleaned off with a alcohol-based or even fairy liquid and water to make sure there's no residue, otherwise your label won't stick properly. So once you've removed your label and everything is dry, and obviously you've removed the residue, it's time to pop on your printed label. So the easiest way to do this is to pop it down on a flat surface like so, and try and get the middle of the bottle. And we are just going to place it down where we want it to go, and then starting from the middle, we are going to smooth it out and round. So because of this label material, or the adhesive sheets are really durable, It means that you don't need to worry about wrinkling or tearing when you're adding it to the bottle itself. So an alternative that you can do if you don't want to remove the label is to keep the label on, and then just make sure that you are going to place on a label that is bigger than the one that's already on there. And you can just place it over the top and it will cover the label. The only issue with doing it this way is that from the other side, especially once the bottle has been drunk, you can see that that has been covered over. Now there's no worry of show through because, as I mentioned, these labels are incredibly durable, and because of the nice GSM as well, there is no show through of that label there whatsoever. So here we've got the gloss, and here we've got the matte. Now obviously you'd only put one on, but you could actually do, now that I've shown you how to create your own, you could have a main design such as this, and then on the back you could just write a little message. That would be really nice as well. So if I show you here, I think that the prescription bottle label has turned out amazing. Obviously, as I've shown you, you can fully customize it to whatever you would like. Now, hopefully you can see here that the stamp effect, although it's quite small, actually mimics what a pharmacy stamp would look like. You can even remove it if you're not keen, or you don't have to personalize that part at all. I've gone for kind of a classic British label. Obviously, if you are from outside of the UK, then you can change it up to whatever you would like. Now, this image here, I have tried to go for a Polaroid picture. It's one that you've seen me use time and time again, as I really like it. And I like the fact that you can obviously personalize it, not just with the image, but with the text as well, and just put a little note on the bottom. This makes it truly a one-of-a-kind gift. And how about our bottle of Prosecco? I think that looks fantastic. This would be really good for anniversaries as well, not just birthdays. In fact, even just a little thinking of you gift would be a very sweet addition. So this is obviously a slightly smaller image. You could of course still not go with the Prosecco theming. You could just add an image just like we did with the templates down below. You can add whatever you want to make it a truly unique gift. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. As you can see, the Paper Cutz self-adhesive photo paper not only prints beautifully, but it applies fantastically too, simply because it's so durable. You don't need to worry about any of the rips or the wrinkles that you get with cheaper, inferior sticky labels. A great big thank you to Paper Cutz for not only sponsoring today's video, but for providing me with their fantastic adhesive photo paper. I also use these for my logo stickers for my packaging as well, because of the print quality is amazing, and it's also easy to cut on the silhouettes. If you have any comments or questions about today's video, drop them down below. If you are a small business and if you need cardstock, paper, or even labels for your business, head on over to Paper Cutz and I am sure you'll find something that will help your business grow. A great big thank you for watching, and I cannot wait to see you next week. Bye!